Pastor Ryan here with a tutorial on BibleGateway and Blue Letter Bible, two online resources that can really enhance your personal Bible study. So a couple quick features here on BibleGateway. You can see that you can search by keyword, passage, or topic. So you can just go straight to any book of the Bible, whatever you'd like to look at. If you want to look at John 11, you can pull it up, and then you can look at any version that you want. So if you want to compare a couple different versions, this can be a really helpful tool. New International Version, Amplified, King James, several different languages. So totally up to you, but it's a great way to just jump in and see what other versions have to offer. There are some reading plans available as well. So you've got all these different pieces. You've got devotionals, reading plans that you can jump into. So these are the free versions, or you can subscribe to get some additional ones, but you can look at how do I read the Bible in 90 days. Maybe you just want to run the Gospel, New Testament in a year. You can go through just a lot of different ways to engage the Bible as a different way to study. So enjoy those versions, reading plans, and then I really like to start looking at keyword searches or word studies. So as an example for today, we're going to talk about just putting love in there. You want to see where does the love happen in the Bible, which can be kind of tricky because the King James Version has a portion where it says charity, right, for agape love. But that might be a different sermon or a different topic. But here I put in love, and we see that the word love, at least in the King James Version, happens to show up 442 times. That's a lot. I like to just go ahead and put them all on there. And then one way you could do a word study is just copy and paste all of these right into Word or into Google Sheets or Google Docs, whatever it is that you use. And you can start looking at all the verses around love or thankfulness. Now you might say, well, I just want to look at the New Testament. I want to look at the Greek for love. So now we're down to 202 verses. And again, you could do the same thing. You could look at a specific book of the Bible. Maybe you just want to look at the Gospels, or you want to look at what, maybe what Peter said about love, or just the letters of Paul. So you can search through that way to look at your word study. One interesting way that I like to then look at a word study is I jump into Blue Letter Bible as well to look at the Greek and the Hebrew in a pretty quick way. It really makes this really accessible to us. So if we look at John 21, and we're going to keep looking at the word love in this case. So we might say, I looked at BibleGateway. I saw all these ideas for love. And now what do? And I picked John 21 because an interesting piece happens here. We'll go down to John 21:15 and take the verse. Maybe there's a verse that you're kind of stuck on. You're like, this one doesn't really make sense to me. I'm trying to process, but something doesn't jive. So if we click on the verse, we get a lot of different options here, dictionaries, commentaries. I like to use this piece right here where you can come and look at the Strong's definition. In this case, for the New Testament, so it's going to be Greek. And we're going to come down and we're going to look at the word love here. So we've got love right here in the first half of this verse. And you can see we're looking at an agape love, Strong's G25. So we can look at that, and you can, if you want to figure out how to say it. So if you want to sound really cool and know how to actually pronounce the Greek or Hebrew word, you could do that. Here you're going to get a definition, the full Strong's definition, and then you're going to get other verses where that particular Greek word is translated throughout the Bible. So if you're looking at this one particular type of love here, this is where that happens. So I'm going to go back to this same piece here in John 21, because love shows up again as Jesus is talking to Peter in Peter's response. And this time we see that love is translated phileo. So in the English, in our King James Version, in the English Bible, it just says love. But when we get into the Greek, we're going to see that it's actually a different word, right? So love can have two different meanings in the Greek. So actually 4, I think, but can have multiple meanings. So this is where you start to break that down. Now you've got all the verses where love is translated phileo. So you can start another word study. Maybe you want to look up where love is translated as agape. So you can look at all those verses. Or you want to look, hey, I want to see where it's translated phileo. So you can really get into the Greek and the Hebrew pretty quickly with Blue Letter Bible. So I absolutely love it for that place. So that's one way that I like to do word studies. I jump on Bible Gateway. Again, there are a lot of other features to both of these sites that you can jump into that can really enhance your personal Bible study. But for us, this is a great way to jump in and get those verses by topic maybe, and then also to jump over to Blue Letter Bible and look at the Greek or the Hebrew. I really hope that this enhances your personal Bible study. Enjoy it.